Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Moronicbody and this is a different video from usual. Over my time on YouTube, I generally stuck to Team Fortress 2 related content. That wasn't all the content I made, as I did dive my head into other types of videos to see how I enjoyed them and see if I wanted to make videos like that. As you all know from my Identity Crisis video, I was debating if I should make my channel on multiple games or stick to Team Fortress 2. Luckily, the debate has finished in my head, and I chose a winner. But in order to tell you the winner, I must explain a type of game first. Frequent viewers of my channel should already know what a class-based shooter is. Team Fortress 2 is one of them, and is excellent at being a class-based shooter. In a class-based shooter, you will have characters you can pick from at the beginning and or the middle of a round. These characters are also called classes and generally have a different playstyle from other classes. Objectives in class-based shooters vary from game to game, but a lot of them share the same objectives, usually taken from real-world games or events. In the game mode, King of the Hill, you try to capture one control point in the middle of the map. You capture the control point by standing on it and not letting the opposing team stand on it. In Payload, both teams have different objectives, either attack or defend. When you're on the attacking team, you will have to push the payload, usually represented by a vehicle, to its end destination. You'd complete this by standing next to or on top of the payload, not letting the defending team get close to it. When you are on defense though, your objective is to stop the attacking team from pushing the payload to its end destination. You do this by not letting the attacking team get close to the payload or standing next to the payload yourself. The final objective I'll talk about here is Capture the Flag. In Capture the Flag, you try to defend your flag while trying to capture the other team's flag. You do this by not letting the other team touch your flag and trying to touch the enemy's flag. As usual, asking one person to do both is a bit ridiculous, and you'd usually assign roles to your team and yourself. If you're defending, your only objective is to make sure the enemy doesn't touch your flag, and if you're attacking, your main objective is to touch the enemy's flag and bring it back to your flag. Your roles will change almost every encounter, and it's your decision to attack or defend by any given moment. I tend to enjoy class-based shooters, and after looking back at the games I play the most, they are overwhelmingly class-based shooters. Because of this, trying to tie myself down to one game is not really that good, despite the game's quality, and it would be a crime in my opinion. All the class-based games I usually play will be featured on my channel. Don't think this will be taking the spotlight from Team Fortress 2 though. Team Fortress 2 will still be on my channel, we're keeping that in, and I will use it as a comparison to compare other class-based shooters for the future, because I just think it's a really good class-based shooter. I owe a lot more to Team Fortress 2 than I'd like you to believe, and I hold this game very close to my heart. I love almost everything about the game and the universe it's set in. Putting that to the side though, Team Fortress 2 is a class-based shooter with traditional objectives, and 9 very distinct classes. You have offense, defense, and support classes, but you can unlock weapons to allow classes to be interchangeable in their jobs. As an example, let's pick the support class Medic. If you don't equip the Medic with any different unlocks, you have the 3 standard weapons. You have the weak syringe gun for dealing damage in your primary weapon slot. You have the Medigun as your secondary weapon, to heal players. Finally, you have the Bone Saw as your melee weapon. And, it just kind of helps you get out of sticky situations. The base medic has one job and one job only: to stay on the medigun and heal your team, and every now and then taking out his other weapons to make sure he doesn't get killed when the rest of his team goes down. But let's say you want to make the medic more of an offensive class. Don't take these as a set-in-stone weapon loadout, by the way. This is only what I see works best, and I am no medi main. Your primary weapon should be the Blutsauger, so when your heal target dies, you have a way to produce damage and not die yourself. Your medigun doesn't need to be swapped out, but if you want to, I'd suggest the Quick Fix. This allows you to heal your team quickly and flank with a soldier or demo. Your melee should be switched to the Ubersaw, so you can get a big reward on each melee hit you make. This is just a quick summary of the game though. People who play Team Fortress 2 will know I didn't go over the more important parts of the medic like Uber. Hopefully though, this gives you enough information to know about the game and makes you more interested into some more content. Check out other YouTube videos on Team Fortress 2 if you are interested. I cannot praise it enough myself in just this one video. I will have to make more in order to give it more praise, so please check out other channels because it will take me a while to produce more content. Plants vs. Zombies: Battle for Neighborville is a class-based third-person shooter set in the Plants vs. Zombies universe. This game gives its classes distinct abilities, it has somewhat traditional style objectives, and this game is different on the class options though. Each team has 9 different classes, bringing the class total up to 18. These classes are divided into 3 categories: attack, defend, and support. Although the classes don't have much diversity, as in the loadout system that Team Fortress 2 has, you can use the 18 classes and roles that they were not intended for. As an example, we'll use Citron. Citron is a defense character with 3 abilities that fits that playstyle. Citron's abilities are EMPeach, that when fired, stuns the other team. Spin Dash will throw you at the other enemies, knocking them away and dealing a massive amount of damage. His final ability is Novel Laser, in which he fires a highly accurate laser, dealing damage over time. All of these abilities work wonders on defense, but despite the fact that I said that there was 3 abilities, he actually has a 4th one, and this is his most important ability. If you right-click, Citron will pull up a massive shield to protect you and your teammates. If you want to play offense with Citron, you'd stay close to the objective and protect your team using the shield. Like I said, it's not as diverse as other games, but it definitely works in a pinch. If I'm gonna be honest here, I haven't played Overwatch in a very long time, so take what I have to say with a truckload of doubt. Overwatch is a class-based shooter has somewhat traditional objectives, but more traditional than Plants vs. Zombies. As of writing the script, Overwatch has 31 classes that have their own abilities. They are separated into 4 categories. Wait, no, it's 3 now. Only tank, damage, and support. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not the biggest fan of Overwatch. I used to play it a ton, but it kind of quickly got boring, and I mean really boring in my mind. I was about to praise Overwatch for having 4 categories because I liked how it told new users what the characters are used for at a quick glance. If you want any insightful information on Overwatch, I beg you to go to a channel that focuses on Overwatch. Any advice I give will probably be outdated and not age well. I can't say much on the original Battlefront because I haven't played it, but I can say something about the newest Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a class-based shooter with somewhat traditional objectives. It has 4 interchangeable classes, with several elite classes you can play as depending on what game mode it is. The classes also have abilities, but the abilities can be changed to fit your playstyle. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has the most interchangeable classes I've seen by far. Almost all of them can be used for the exact same thing, with the only unique ones being the officer. Honestly, this is disappointing, and it shows where all the time and effort went to. The elite classes are much more varied and even change depending on the game mode. Elite classes are stronger troops, vehicles, and different characters from the Star Wars universe. Besides the elite classes though, like I said, the 4 classes in my mind are interchangeable. This, in my opinion, is bad, and variation in the classes is kind of close to the top whenever I rate one of these games. But don't take my opinion as, set in stone here, because I haven't played this game all that much, so I could just be talking from inexperience. Killing Floor 2 is a great class-based shooter with somewhat traditional objectives. I say somewhat because it still has control points and payloads, but everything else about the game is different. Killing Floor 2 has 10 classes, but no restrictions on weapons. This means you can be a medic and take a sharpshooter weapon. This does mean the classes are more interchangeable, but with a massive cost. A class will be much stronger if you use that class's specific weapons. You'll be hurting your team if you take too many weapons that your class doesn't specialize in, unlike Battlefront 2. Although I didn't talk about every class-based shooter, I hope this gets you interested in these types of games and my channel. I'll be putting my efforts into making videos on class-based shooters from now on, and I hope my viewers agree with my choice. I will continue uploading videos of series I've already started, like Bigfoot, but I will stop uploading videos on Gold Rush, as my recording software and my computer doesn't seem to like it all that much. The video you just watched took a lot of time and effort to make, and I hope the quality is good enough to sit through the whole thing. I enjoy making this type of content, and will start producing these videos more frequently. If you want to see more content like this, hit like and subscribe to the channel, and remember, see ya!